Long before the internet existed, people relied on conversation to share stories, news, and ideas. In small towns and big cities alike, information traveled through voices, not screens. Saloons, barber shops, and hair salons were more than places for drinks or haircuts. They were gathering spots where neighbors connected. A haircut might come with a joke, a drink with a whispered rumor, and every exchange carried meaning. These places were the heartbeat of community life, where people built trust, shared laughter, and sometimes sparked movements that shaped local culture. Storytelling was not just about relaying facts, it was about weaving connections, strengthening bonds, and reminding people that they belonged to something larger than themselves. The rhythm of conversation kept communities alive, and the stories told within them became part of the collective memory. In these spaces, storytelling carried more than entertainment. A whispered rumor or retold anecdote conveyed emotion, perspective, and identity. Families passed down tales that preserved heritage, while communities shared news that shaped collective memory. Even gossip, often dismissed as trivial, reflected curiosity and care, the desire to know what was happening in each other's lives. These exchanges nurtured empathy and belonging, creating invisible threads that held communities together. Through conversation, people discovered common ground, celebrated joys, and supported one another through hardships. The spoken word was a powerful tool, ensuring that no one felt isolated and that every voice contributed to the rhythm of community life. In this way, storytelling was both personal and communal, a reminder that every person's experience mattered. Family stories played an especially important role in shaping identity. Passed down through generations, they preserved heritage and gave meaning to everyday life. A grandmother's tale about her childhood, a father's account of his struggles, or a sibling's retelling of a funny incident became more than anecdotes, they were lessons, memories, and sometimes warnings. These stories carried values, traditions, and cultural wisdom, ensuring that younger generations understood where they came from. They were a way of saying, this is who we are, and this is how we've lived. In many ways, family storytelling was a form of education, teaching resilience, compassion, and humor. It gave people a sense of continuity, grounding them in something larger than themselves. Even when times were difficult, these stories reminded families that they had endured before and could endure again. Even gossip, when viewed through a kinder lens, had meaning. At its core, gossip reflected curiosity and care, the human need to know what was happening in each other's lives. While it could sometimes be harmful, it often served as a way of staying connected. Gossip was a signal that people were paying attention, that they cared enough to wonder about someone else's choices or experiences. In small communities, gossip could spread quickly, but it also kept people engaged with one another. It was less about idle chatter and more about curiosity, empathy, and a desire to belong. When shared with kindness, gossip became another form of storytelling, one that reminded people of their shared humanity. It was proof that people were interested in each other's lives, even if the details were imperfect or exaggerated. Today, Daily Dodo Stories continues this timeless tradition in a modern form. Instead of leaning across a bar counter or chatting while waiting for a trim, people now share stories online, reaching family, friends, and strangers worldwide. What once echoed within the walls of a saloon or living room now resonates across digital platforms. The medium has changed, but the desire to connect remains constant. Daily Dodo Stories transforms everyday experiences into narratives that travel far beyond local boundaries. In doing so, it preserves the essence of community storytelling, proving that technology can extend, not replace, the human need for connection and shared understanding. It is a reminder that even in a digital age, people still crave stories that make them feel seen, heard, and understood. Storytelling, whether playful or profound, builds bridges between people. It reminds us that we all crave understanding, belonging, and a good story to tell. Daily Dodo Stories embraces this instinct, offering a space where voices can be heard and experiences shared. By transforming personal anecdotes into collective narratives, it highlights the universal truth that stories are not just entertainment, they are lifelines that keep communities vibrant and relationships meaningful. Even in a world filled with distractions, storytelling cuts through the noise, offering moments of connection that feel genuine. It is how people laugh together, grieve together, and celebrate together. In every era, stories have been the glue that holds communities together, and Daily Dodo Stories continues to honor that tradition. Ultimately, Daily Dodo Stories carries forward what communities have always done best, passing along thoughts, ideas, and experiences that bind people together. Whether whispered in a corner booth, shared in a living room, or posted online for the world to read, every story keeps the conversation alive. Each exchange, no matter how small, becomes a thread in the larger fabric of human connection. From fireside tales to barbershop banter, from handwritten letters to digital posts, storytelling remains one of humanity's oldest and most enduring gifts. It is how we remember, how we learn, and how we belong, an unbroken tradition that continues to thrive. In every form, stories remind us that we are not alone, that our lives matter, and that connection is what makes us human. Thanks for watching. Email the creator if you have any questions.